stand on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim, but I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name.
Orion Council here. It is nice to be here this afternoon. So many want to come in. This is difficult at times because you are all sensing that humanity is evolving. With that you have let us say you are closely in contact with many beings. Many of you enjoy this terminology because you feel, oh, it means we can become physical with one another. What is that all about, you are wondering? Why is this Orion Council talking about this contact event? We want you to understand that humanity wants a lot of things. Humanity is always saying to Creator, I want, I want, I want. Creation happens through inspiring the self into, let us say, another avenue of or modality of relaxing into who you are. This is the game of relaxing into who you are. This is the game of relaxing into who you are. And so when you are relaxing into who you are, you would be able to sense that there is much magic on this planet. Many of you have not sensed the magic of this planet. Many of you are wanting to feel the planet's energies. Many of you say the magic is on the right, and on the left there is physicality. And we say that is how you divide us, and that is how you divide yourselves. This is left and this is right. And we say you are one. One means that you cannot separate. That means one is all that is. It means one is the accumulation of ideas. One is the accumulation of perspectives. You see, when you have left and right, you always have a third perspective, which is the, let us say, the observing factor of both left and right. That is the third principle here. When you are uniting with a third principle, that is when you have one, and you're wanting to understand the mathematics of it all. And we say 1 + 1 is always 3. Our channel has explained this before. When you are at the level 4, after the third layer, you create another series of, let us say, connections. This creates an entirely new geometry. When you have a new geometry, you have new rules for creation. We say you are not yet operating on the 4, but you are in it. So, what does that mean? When you are in the 4, it means that you are focusing on this, let us say, alignment of all the chakras, or as you call them, energy centers. It means you are focusing on that knowledge that is inherent to all of you on this planet. It means that you are in touch with the earth. What is in touch with the earth? Many of you say, I am in touch with the earth, and we say, in touch with the earth means that you can focus your energy into the center. And when you do this, you would feel the different layers that are inside of your earth. And you'd say, well, Orion Council, that is nice. I look into a textbook and I find the different layers. And we say, first you must notice that you yourselves are made up of the same exact layers as your planet. Your science is discovering that there are many layers beyond the 2 that you simply talk about in your daily, let's say, exchanges. Once again, you are recognizing that you have become more of the whole. That means you are one with this earth, and that means whenever you are sensing the earth shifting, you are speaking about it with friends and family. And you are not yet understanding the connection. Let us say, many of you are not yet understanding the connection. There is going to be shifting of your earth plane. You will feel the earth shift beneath your feet. Don't worry about a thing. Many of you are focusing on these events that have taken place 10 million years ago, and we say that has been a long time ago for you to remember it over and over in one lifetime. Now, when you are focusing on one event, it simply was a memory pattern that was, let us say, you created a structure for this memory within your DNA. And when you are recalling that structure, you are simply activating other parts of the DNA that are simply attached to this time stream. So that is why many of you who are remembering past events from 10 million years ago are simply wanting to, let us say, activate other timelines that are joined with this event. So as you continue on in your daily lives, you are wanting to facilitate more activities in your life. As you are creating, you never stop creating. And as you are creating, you would, let us say, receive new points of focus. The spirit is wanting to create new points of focus. What is a new point of focus? The human mind wants to understand. As you move beyond this, let us say, as you bridge the two hemispheres, let us make this simple. As you bridge the two hemispheres, you will begin to focus on a third dynamic that was not yet seen under your microscopes. Many of your scientists have been developing these, how do we say, somewhat of, let us say, energetics that help to align the hemispheres, yet there is another layer to this alignment. Once the hemispheres are in complete synchronicity, and many of you are doing this through your practice, then you will create more of a spin. This spin pattern is what is, let us say, healing the personality. What is healing the personality? All is well in creation. We say many of you have concepts of illness, do you not? And if you did not have concepts of illness, you would not have concepts of healing. Let us discuss your concepts. As you continue to, let us say, align and synchronize the hemispheres, you become aware of a new dynamic. And you say, well, that is great because creation never ceases. Energy continues to move on and there is always a new layer to be understood. And we say, yes, the egoic mind wants to understand every layer and wants to prepare and is fearful and so on and so on and so on. We say that these are all simply facets of the mind and these are all simply facets of one of the hemispheres. So we have to continue. Let us explain. Now on your left side you have, let us say, an abundance belief system, and on your right you have a lack belief system. What would be the third perspective? As you combine the two and you become one, there will be, let us say, a shifting, a pattern. And many of you have been bouncing between belief patterns and you say, what is the true, let us say, experience? And we say, what is true for you is to simply resonate this, how do we say, the combination. It is the awareness of the combination of the two that creates a new unity. It is a combination of the two that creates a new, let's say, faculty in the mind. How can I have a new faculty when I have no idea what you are talking about, our channel is saying. Some of you have begun to access this new faculty in the mind. There are, let us say, 4 faculties you have not yet activated. Some of you call this the higher mind, which is aware of choice points. We say that is a wonderful job, and we say about 70% of your population already has done this while waking up in bed. You become aware of your choice points for the next day. Now, when you have to, let us say, beliefs that are seemingly very different, they are actually quite the same, and we say this is the, how do you say, 4th layer. You are seeing how they are both equal and how they are both, let us say, uniting to show each other that they are one and the same. And you say, Orion Council, you've completely baffled us all. When you realize that the light is equal to the darkness, you would stop ceasing to analyze. And our channel has complained to us several times that the analyzing part of the mind is simply overwhelming. And we say, indeed, when you recognize that one are all in the same, you simply begin to experience. What does it mean? How is it possible they are one and the same? We are in concepts of duality, and we say exactly because you are in concepts. You are in concepts, and that is why you experience duality. When you have no concepts, when you have no explanation, when you have absolutely no understanding, and you are completely void of any opinion whatsoever, you are in the new 4th layer. We say yes indeed, because the new layer is not what you deem the let us say, the crossover between life and death. We say no, the 4th layer is something completely new, and that is what many of you have been anticipating. Many of you have said, well, after this event in my calendar, I am going to take, let us say, my place on my spaceship, and I'm going to exit, and I'm going to enter paradise. And we say, that is not why you came here. That is not why you decided to incarnate here, as all of you have chosen very, very carefully where you would incarnate. One reason many of you have incarnated is to, let's say, access the database of this planet because of the codings that are in this planet. We say many of you work beyond this one, and many of you are receiving codings from the Earth itself, and many of you have, let us say, assumed that it goes beyond this planet. All the coding relates to your planet Earth. Your job is to analyze and relate the coding to your planet as you receive it from the, let us say, 4th layer. Beyond the 4th layer, you do have many other dimensions, and you do have many other reality programs, and we say you are all of them. You have access to all of them, but we say that the majority has access to the 4th layer, and this is not the dimension as you know it, as the channel is saying. It is not the astral plane. However, we say it does have many principles that it operates by, similar to that of the astral plane. You say, let us go within, let us go within. Orion Council, you've taken us far out, let us go within. Let us connect to the Earth. We are ready for the Earth connection. And we say, wonderful, now that you are ready for the Earth connection, let us take a look at the top layer of the soil. Are you sensing the vibration of the top layer of the soil? Many of you have not. Many of you intuitives have not sensed that top layer. Many of you intuitive have not sensed the difference between the flowers. Many of you have not yet sensed the different vibrations of the bird songs. And we say there's a lot of work to be done on your planet. And once many of you begin to activate all of the conscious coding that is, let's say, within the Earth, linked to your very cellular structure, and we say specifically the cell membrane holds interesting codings, take a minute to focus on what you already have learned in this incarnation. Your society looks outside of itself, and we say the ancient cultures have always looked within. Within you are the keys to all that is. Thank you, we are complete. Hey everyone, I just want to say my comments after recording this video, and immediately my eyes started getting blurry. I don't have exactly physical sight as many others do, but I became aware that everything is just a grid and a matrix, and what I'm getting right now is that a lot of us have worked at this thing called the Unity database, where we've activated a lot of this Unity consciousness in dream space. So this has to do with a lot of my work. I'm currently doing a Mission to Orion online class 6 video series between November 11th and November 15th through December 15th. And if you're interested, it's ongoing. So right now you can enroll. The first emails are going out this evening, and I'm very excited. So we're gonna do sort of memory triggers of Orion, and if you're wanting to heal the Orion conflict, this is a great opportunity to remember and collect some of your soul parts. And it's basically intensive intuitive training. So for those of you who feel a little blocked to past life memories, this is going to be a fun sort of role play to get you on the other into the other hemisphere and get you doing intuitive stuff. So for those of you who say, well, I have no time to do my art or my meditations or, you know, connecting via yoga, then this is a great class, because we're going to sit down together in the video and we're going to record in a mission log a lot of the information that comes through for you. So I've done this kind of simulated role play before, but I'm also studying a lot of books on the side. For example, El Anra by Solara, Custodians by Dolores Cannon, and The Prism of Lyra by Lissa Royale. So that is, you know, me picking the apple from the tree to deliver to you. Like Bashar said, the service is in delivering the information. So consider this as service via email, information, picking apples from the tree, and also facilitating a healthy, happy, and safe way to connect to hear yourself on the inside in a very appropriate way. So hope to see you all, and check out the website galacticfairy.com.
To the blue corn moon, or ask the grinning bobcat why he grinned. Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of